Ever since the M4 Mac Mini was released, a lot of you have been asking Technology Review to come up with a fresh portable setup for it. At first, I wasn't exactly sure where to begin, but after finally getting my hands on the Mac Mini M4, things quickly became clear. This machine is unbelievably compact. It's almost surreal how tiny and powerful it is. Naturally, it made me think, why not design a truly portable rig around it? The idea of a portable Mac Mini is not new. People have already been pairing them with travel monitors and compact keyboards. But I wanted to create something smarter, sleeker, and genuinely usable for serious work. The first goal was simple: incorporate the Apple Magic Keyboard into the setup itself. Dragging around a separate keyboard is a pain and feels messy. The Magic Keyboard's slim profile and lightweight build make it the perfect companion. Bonus if you find a second-hand model with Touch ID for cheap. Next, I tracked down a monitor that would match well in terms of size with the keyboard. It wasn't exactly lightweight. In fact, it was a bit heavier than I wanted, but it had a lot going for it. The monitor supported VESA mounting, ran off a single cable, and even featured touchscreen functionality. Unfortunately, its original black housing didn't blend well with Apple's aesthetic, so I decided to repaint it to match the overall look. Now, with all the pieces in hand, the Mac Mini, Magic Keyboard, and the monitor, I had to figure out how to fit everything together into one cohesive portable package. I realized that instead of battling the monitor's weight, I could fight back by strategically weighting down the keyboard side. This would stop the monitor from tipping over without compromising usability. By positioning the Mac Mini next to the keyboard rather than under it, I found the balance I was looking for. Since this portable rig needed some serious structural support, I needed a high-quality 3D printer capable of printing large and complex parts. Fortunately, Bambu Labs' new H2D arrived just in time. It's the smartest and most advanced 3D printer I've ever used. Everything about it screams premium engineering, from the automatically adjusting vents for ventilation to the live print progress indicator light. What really stood out, though, was the dual nozzle system. It allows for seamless use of two different filaments without the usual hassle, making it perfect for creating parts that require a lot of support structures. I printed the main frame parts with dedicated support material, and removing the supports was ridiculously easy, leaving a clean, smooth finish. The plastic build did have a downside. It created an annoying, clunky noise when sliding across my desk. Thankfully, the H2D isn't just a 3D printer. It can also function as a plotter. I used it to create soft, rubber-like feet for the base, eliminating the issue. Designing the assembly to be user-friendly was key. The monitor's cable routes cleanly underneath the keyboard tray, while the Mac Mini sits securely in place, thanks to Velcro straps. This means the device is still easily removable if needed, but won't shift around during use. The ports and vents remain unobstructed. An industrial-grade torque hinge supporting the monitor ensures it stays firmly in whatever position you set. One of the highlights of using this monitor is its aspect ratio. It's wider than a typical 16:9 screen, which makes it incredibly useful for focused tasks like scriptwriting. Typing on this setup feels almost like working on a modern typewriter. The touch screen itself is responsive, but with no multi-touch support, its utility is limited mostly to basic taps and dragging actions. There were a couple of compromises along the way. First, while the monitor's touch screen adds a nice touch, it's not ideal for heavy drawing tasks because pushing too hard makes the whole structure bounce slightly. Second, the painted finish on the monitor, while aesthetically pleasing, isn't super durable. I worried it would scratch over time as the screen opened and closed. To address that, I took advantage of the H2DS dual nozzle system once again, this time printing embedded TPU soft pads right into the design. It was worth it, even though dual material printing often means longer print times. With the H2DS dual nozzles, filament switches were fast and seamless. Thanks to the soft pads, opening and closing the monitor feels significantly more polished and premium now. Sound quality, was another area where compromises had to be made. Mac Mini speakers are pretty poor, and shockingly, the monitor's built-in speakers were somehow even worse. Testing both side by side revealed just how bad the monitor speakers are. They're passable for system sounds, but not for anything serious like music or calls. Is this setup truly portable? Well, sort of. It still needs access to a power outlet. However, for the types of places where I usually work remotely, like coffee shops, that's rarely an issue. That being said, designing a battery-powered version is definitely on my radar. It would add some weight and bulk, but the concept is too exciting to ignore. If there's enough interest, I would love to create a fully battery-powered Mac Mini rig in a future project. I also made a more compact version of the setup that can be printed on smaller 3D printers, like the Bambu Lab X 1C or A1. I'll be releasing the 3D printing files for this design, along with the Mac Mini iPhone dock showcased earlier, exclusively for Technology Reviews channel members. In addition to the print files, there will be behind-the-scenes content detailing the design process, what went wrong, and full tutorials on how to build your own portable Mac Mini kit from start to finish. Channel memberships directly support projects like this one, and it's a great way to get early access to detailed builds and insider content. Now, talking about the Bambu Lab H2D itself, it's quickly becoming my favorite tool ever. Space has always been a limitation in my workshop. I've always dreamed about adding a laser cutter, but size and ventilation requirements made it impractical. The H2D changes that. It combines plotting, 3D printing, and laser cutting in a single device that's surprisingly compact and insanely easy to use. Tool head switching is almost instant, calibration is automatic, and the overall system is built for people who want professional results without a steep learning curve. Before this, I had zero experience with laser cutters. Yet within 10 minutes of unboxing the H2D, I was already cutting designs into materials. It's a game changer for anyone doing DIY projects, prototyping, or even light manufacturing. With the H2D, my mindset has shifted. I'm not just thinking about creating cool prototypes anymore. I'm designing actual finished products that feel polished enough to ship. It's a total unlock of creative potential. Massive thanks to Bambu Lab for sponsoring this project and giving Technology Review the tools needed to bring this idea to life. If you're interested in seeing a battery-powered portable Mac Mini project, or if you have any creative ideas you'd like me to explore, let me know in the comments. Your feedback really helps guide future builds and experiments. Thanks for being part of this journey and for supporting the creative work we do here at Technology Review. Stay tuned. More exciting builds are on the way.